The 2-minute message preview at the non-denominational New Hope Olympia is when your world is falling apart. Pastor Dell's weekend message is an expositional study from Psalm 11. In his commentary on Psalm 11:3, John Phillips says, "If the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do?" David said. The word foundations comes from a Hebrew word meaning the settled order of things. David likened society to a building. The foundation of society is law and order, justice and truth. What can the righteous do if law and order, justice, and truth are undermined in a community? In the original text, the question form is such that David can find no answer. These foundations are being destroyed in Western society today: law, order, truth, justice, morality, decency, integrity. Humanist and the woke crowd views prevail in our schools, courts, government, and media. A determined attack is being mounted against everything decent, moral, and Christian in our society. A woke culture is destroying the foundations of our nation and culture as we live in the last days before the midnight cry. Recently, Franklin Graham spoke on May 22, 2023, at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention in Orlando, Florida. Franklin Graham said, "I believe there is a coming storm that we all need to be ready for. The world has deteriorated so quickly. We cannot be deceived, and we can't be fooled. We need to get ready and be prepared." Graham said believers in the United States are living in a cancel culture that wants to destroy Christian organizations, adding that we cannot back up, we can't retreat, don't apologize for the gospel, just declare it, just preach it. They want us to shut our mouths, and they don't want to hear from us. "If you're not going to preach the gospel, you don't have anything to worry about," he said. "If you're not going to talk about sin, you're not going to have anything to worry about, but if you're going to proclaim the gospel, they're going to try to shut you up." Franklin Graham spoke earlier on May 19 at the graduation at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia, and told the graduates that this class will stand for truth, noting that our world is changing. "It has changed so much, just in the time since you set foot on this campus a few years ago," said Graham. "Think how much it has changed. The increase in violence, the moral decline. I can't help but think that the heart of God is grieved as He looks at our world today. Our country. Oh, I love our country, but it's in a downward spiral morally, spiritually, economically, politically." Graham went on to say that he believed the nation was in a free fall because the country had turned our back on God and His truth, urging the graduates to be a beacon of light, standing on the Word of God while living in a culture of confusion and lies. Graham declared that the Bible doesn't contain truth, it is the truth, adding that every word of God is true and that truth is not what you say it is, truth is what God says it is. Graham quoted John 14:6, Jesus answered, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me," explaining to those gathered that Jesus is not a way to God, He is the way to God. Many churches today have compromised on the authority and truth of God's holy word. Many of our politicians and leaders have bought into the lies of culture and the woke ideology, Graham warned. The world wants you to believe that we are more than just male and female, we can be transgender, whatever we choose to identify as. That's a lie. It's just a lie from hell. In his weekend message, Pastor Dell will answer David's question in Psalm 11 and verse 3, when the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do?